You know, I used to really hate Mondays. I think they're my favorite day now.
I will never be able to empathize with that, likely.
Wow, that sucks. So, hello, I'm Fate, he's Hero, and today we will be reading chapter 228 of Rent-A-Girlfriend, and I cannot wait to see Mami on her copium. Put on my glasses, look fucking beautiful, and let's mosey. And without further ado, chapter 228, The Girlfriend Paradise Part 40, Miyajima Reishi.
Finally, some good fucking food.
Kazuya feeding his fish. That's been a while since we've seen that, and he looks so calm and serene.
Either calm or just, somewhere else.
Giving instead of receiving. This is surely what it means to love. Thank you! God! I genuinely am Kazuya-san's girlfriend.
Tick, 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 tick.
There's a great deal of focus on Kibe here. Am I the only one who sees that in this picture? Kibe's like being called out, like just center in the image.
Like, the rest of the group is literally just kind of crammed into the corner over there, and Kibe is the only one who's got, like...
She woke him up.
Whoa,
like,
wait, hold on. Can I go back? Okay. Oh, alright. I need to see those two silence panels.
Wait, these are clean scans. These are clean scans.
Oh, looks pretty dope. Yeah, it's pretty fire.
Oh, I know there's a holiday. That might be why. That could be the reason. Right?
Together.
Ah, it's a tarp. Yeah.
That's a genuine reaction too.
For sure, exactly. Yep.
Okay, bro. Now you're kind of undermining it.
I need this picture in the thumbnail. It's perfect.
She's got them sassy Spider-Man eyes.
And from now on, we'll do our best not to let Sayuri-san down. Wait, oh, yeah, Ruka's kind of on some copium too. Wait a minute. I couldn't get a good look. Did you really do that?
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me right now?
You didn't just pretend, did you? Like, peck on the cheek or something?
It
wouldn't be out of the question for a rental girlfriend to do something like that. Maybe it's on the handbook, and it's totally possible that you're just trying to dupe us again to get it out of this.
Are you?
Copium! Copium! Yo!
She's just that desperate.
She's so desperate. Mami-chan, what are you...
Are you not catching on?
I want Chizuru to do it again. I want Chizuru to do it again.
Do it again.
Give me another kiss.
Kibe-chan, it wasn't visible, was it? From here?
Kibe,
yeah.
come on, bro.
Well, they were definitely facing the other way.
Fucking hell, bro. What the... Oh my
You're
god.
gonna turn him! I love it!
It's time for a double down! What are you nuts?
Yoshi did it again.
Oh my freaking god.
Yoshi did it again!
Fine, I'll take it. I will take this.
Oh, it happened.
No.
Oh, the poor man.
Did
Yeah, because now he's processing. Now he's processing.
I'll do anything to perk up my little man.
Look at Ruka die. Oh
Okay.
man, everybody's just dying.
Okay, I know everybody's likely just reacting to the kiss right now, but just because the Twitch panel precedes all of it, I can't help but think that they're like, are they reacting to the kiss or to
No, it's
to
the
that?
kiss.
I can do this all day.
Well, how was that? Holy Curry! Holy shit!
Seemed pretty
Seemed pretty clear to me.
You're goddamn right.
Okay, Kibe. Now you're stupid.
Yo! I
Kibe.
like how so much of the tension was taken out of this because of like the kiss and how everything's being presented now. So much of the tension is gone now. So it's like just comedic now.
Stupid Kibe and his DK brain is finally working and processing.
Right? Fucking right? Oh, we're going back.
Oh, too much.
Yo, Copium! But, ma'am, please, you're disturbing the other guests. The scene is...
No, keep fighting. It's why I did this.
This scene is what, you fucking bitch?
For this great disturbance, you have our apologies. We shall take this elsewhere. Kazuya, Chizuru's son. Get dressed and come to 8504. After that. Oh, wow. Wow, we explained basically all of it. Instead of the usual impulsive lies, we explained how we met, how we got to college together, how we're neighbors, how she aspires to be an actress, how we made a movie, and about Sayuri-san's final moments. As Mizuhara explained it all, Grandma would ask questions, and Mizuhara would give detailed answers, speaking nothing but the truth. I could only nod along from time to time. That's right. After all that, we spent 2 full hours telling her nearly the whole truth, leaving in places just a single lie, that we'd been seeing each other for real.
But is it a lie, though?
From 2 weeks before Sayuri-san died, right up until today. If that's the case, everything checks out. I'm satisfied. Wow, just straight up questioning. That's rough. While it was supposed to be for Sayuri-san's sake, I blamed you without even bothering to hear you out. I jumped to conclusions. Thank you!
Wow.
Thank you! Thank you!
There, you see? She admits
Thank you! Thank you! My concerns went too far and brought up nothing but chaos. Forgive me. I'm sorry for suspecting you, so that's that, Chizuru-san. Oh, no. As for you... Ow!
Oof. After all of that...
You left Mami Dono in the dark. You should be sorry. Isn't that what brought about this unnecessary misunderstanding? Come on! Come on! You butchered him in public! What the fuck?
Mami is not the victim here! How could you still not see that?
She played her cards perfectly, though.
Loophole.
It's gotta come out at some point. The tables have to turn at some point.
Oh, dude, did she fucking elbow him on the head?
I think she
Christ!
did.
Christ!
That's a blunt instrument.
Jesus, he could have died. It's a good thing she's an old lady.
Good thing Kazuya is, like, surprisingly durable.
Right. It's just about time for dinner now. Let's head towards the lobby. I'll help you in explaining the situation to everyone. We appreciate it. With things the way they were, no one will have much of an appetite. I'm sorry for all the trouble. Not at all. I'm sure everyone's tired of waiting. I'm sure.
So we're gonna get left on like a to be continued, so that
I hope not.
The talk is gonna be the next thing.
Oh, you called it.
You can't keep getting away with it!
You called it. It's a to be continued.
I'm getting used to the pacing now.
They told me the whole story. I'll explain inside. All right. Kazuya, have you dried your hair properly? I told you it's fine.
Oh yeah, we got him.
While his heart is still quivering, he's found safe harbor for now. On the other hand, Mami-chan looks on in utter defeat. Next time, reminder.
Well.
Mami Mad is just Gur teddy bear energy.
Just vengeful, murderous teddy bear with like a pair of scissors.
Yeah. That's literally Mami. Every time I've seen her mad, it's just always been
not
Gur
even
teddy
the
bear
weird,
energy.
creepy Danganronpa teddy bear. It's just like a normal, unassuming teddy bear. It just happens to have a knife or scissors or something in its hands. I don't know why I didn't expect like the actual explanation part to be quick and concise, but to be fair, I guess it didn't need to be any more longer or dragged out than.
I mean, they set
already.
a precedent in the last chapter with Chizuru, where before there would be like a lot of muddledness in their actions and choices, and so like right after that, I mean, she's very clear and concise. And I remember when I went on Reddit, it threw everybody off because they're just like, why is she like, this is so weird, because they're like, it's almost too good to be true. And then it's followed up by a chapter that's very clear and concise. But you know what's funny? It's like the whole 2-week thing with Sayuri isn't inherent. I do think some conversations still need to be had. I don't think this was warranted. I think maybe this will come back in some way. I think this will come back in some way. I mean, I'm glad she apologized. I'm glad that she realized that she like fucked shit up and she caused chaos and shit. But I feel like there needs to be a bit more talking. This was like too concise and focused, so it's like we still need some of those more interpersonal moments. So this was like just her immediate reaction after this.
I know that Mami is technically defeated right now, but I would still like there to be an unmasking, because I'm still really annoyed that she's still like somehow
she got away scot-free. She got away scot-free, and that's some bullshit. Nobody wants Mami to get away scot-free.
Yeah, Grandma's still taking Mami's side, thinking she's a victim in all this, when it's like, if you're paying attention, it's pretty obvious how she's trying to orchestrate everything.
I think the other thing too is like it really depends on if like there's a lot of still moving pieces here. It's like, well, Paradise is over. There's still a few moving pieces that have to be talked about and discussed. So, for example, Kazuya and Chizuru need to talk. We also saw, for example, Ruka's gut reaction in this, which was like, she was about to say, wait, and then Mami-san says, wait. And so it's like you can kind of see how they're both pretty much on copium. I can literally imagine Mami like staring into a mirror and just saying to herself, "Tatakai, Tatakai." So looking back, when we think about this piece of dialogue that we're presented with here, with Negumi telling Kazuya, "Oh, this misunderstanding was caused because you didn't tell Mami to know, or you kept her in the dark." This actually highlights a few things to us, and it's clear when Kazuya is talking to her, when Chizuru is talking to her, that he specifically mentions they told her nearly the whole truth, so not everything. And I think with that being said, I think the two things that were not mentioned, in my opinion, we don't know quite yet if we got all the story. They didn't tell her about Mami, and they didn't tell her about Ruka. And I think the reason for this is because Chizuru doesn't want Kazuya to find out about Mami in such a fashion, and finding out about the whole Ruka thing would create an entire unnecessary situation. So naturally, these are things you can kind of keep in the side and not mention, and just stuff we can deal with personally. I also noted that there was a great deal of time where Ruka was not presented after the kiss. We only see one panel of her as it transitions to everything else, but the main focus is clearly Mami. This is because Mami essentially represents most of the negative aspects of Ruka's character. So with that being said, I think Mami was not mentioned to Negumi, that she's Kazuya's ex-girlfriend and that all this stuff is going on because Chizuru wants to talk to him personally about this, and she doesn't want him to deal with more shit than he's already dealing with, since Kazuya was very confused in that whole scenario, what's going on with Mami, because it's clear Mami likes Kazuya and she's out to destroy this relationship and cause all this chaos. And see, Mami's a very confusing, conflicting character, and you could get an entire character study out of her. And then as for Ruka, again, it's more so needing the time to kind of figure that out, and for Chizuru to maybe talk to her and not put Ruka on the spot, which would also introduce another issue they would have to worry about later if they do tell Grandma. So I think Grandma not knowing about these two is why she reacts like this, and this also tells us how much information they presented her. So clearly not absolutely everything, just the information she needed to know, which very much ties in with the whole idea of efficiency and openness in all of this, because they're essentially getting the information they need to out of the way, but they're not covering every single little detail, because one, it's like it's not the family's for them to know. This is their personal lives, so that's another factor to this. As for the questioning, while I personally wasn't a huge fan of it, it does make sense in how it's presented, specifically that Grandma needing to ask these questions is important to clear up this misunderstanding. What this does is it really highlights how while Kazuya's family can both be a force of good, it can also be a force of discord, and for that reason, it's important to find a balance with your family life, not just simply cut them out if they do terrible things, because every family has its dark side, and it varies from scale to scale. Not every family is perfect, but I like that the series delves into that to focus more on how these families are not perfect, and it's okay. It's okay to not have a perfect family. It's okay to sort these things out. This very much applies to Kibe as well, as Kibe is essentially the middleman. Like here, he can be Kazuya's best friend, give him good advice, and try to look out for him, but he can also be physical, he can be abusive, and he can push his own agenda onto Kazuya and not really try to help help his friend. I think this is why Kibe is centered in most of these panels where it's showing the family and everyone's reaction to Chizuru and Kazuya kissing, because this is specifically a call out to Kibe and much of what he said back in chapter 226, I believe. So that's kind of the stuff that I wanted to say. I think my friend was right in that there will be a great deal of reflection moving forward in terms of the characters and what's going to be happening with them. And I do think a lot of conversations need to happen. I think one of the biggest things that Reiji could really do here is show us a lot more of Chizuru's side and show us a lot of the little details that we didn't get to see, because he essentially gives it to us in subtext and information here and there. And if you pay attention, you can pretty much pick up on everything, especially if you go back and reread the series, which, by the way, I 100% recommend. Rereading the series helps a ton. But with this case, I think it's important to go back and see a lot of it from Chizuru's side, because we get it from like an outsider's perspective, and you can figure out what she's thinking because you know Chizuru. But if you haven't, sometimes we kind of need this stuff to be explicitly spelled out for us. And I think this is a good time to do that, to really reflect on what Chizuru feels and what Chizuru is thinking, especially with the whole theme of openness that's being presented after chapter 226, with her putting her vulnerabilities out and really shedding these walls. Especially you see that in this, as Chizuru's the one who's taking the lead in this situation, because she's the one who's been keeping the secret all along. This is partly Chizuru's fault. Everybody's at fault here, but the main factor of the lies not coming out, of compulsive lying and all these things, is due to Chizuru's part and Kazuya trying to defend her. So it's really nice seeing Chizuru really take the lead here and really try to hammer in this whole theme of honesty and openness and, you know, trying to clear things up. And I love that the whole theme of forgiveness from Negami's end, to where Negami actually apologizes to Chizuru. So I think a reminder for next chapter might be in tune with Chizuru looking back at some of the stuff that's going on. It could be maybe Kibe like shutting Mami down, at least actually trying to be a good friend. I think Kibe needs to do a lot of reflecting, and I think some conversations need to be had here and there. I don't think Paradise is quite over yet. I think basically Reiji is going to be using this time to clear up these relationships, to really figure out what, to really like highlight where they are now to each other, to all the characters, and to really just find a clean ground. And then he's going to start building off of what he set up in the previous arcs, where it was introducing Kazuya to Chizuru's life, which was like Kazuya going to her personal life in the date where they're out together, the cafe date, and then him asking her out. And then afterwards we have the whole Tiger's Den, and that will be Chizuru's public life. So I think that's what that's going to be. It's like those two arcs essentially acted as setup for after they inevitably get together, and Reiji was essentially showing how he's planning this entire time. So that's kind of where I see this kind of going moving forward. Is like we're gonna clear up their relationship, clear up what's going on. We're gonna spend a little bit more time in Paradise, and then afterwards we're gonna go outside of Paradise. We're gonna have a proper confession. They get together, and then we're gonna see how they deal with their personal lives moving forward, as there's still a great deal of setup for what Reiji wants to do after Paradise. And I'm curious, for example, like the Umi flashback. We might finally get to see what Umi said to Chizuru, whether it was relevant to her relationship to Kazuya, or whether it was relevant to something he planned moving forward in terms of the movies and things along those lines, and seeing how Kazuya deals with the movie industry, as he's clearly going to be more involved in that in the future. I love this, because like look at Kazuya, who's just like what the fuck, and then Chizuru's like, you wanna go, bitch?
I'll fucking do it again.
Oh, and then you see her like kind of fluttering a little bit here, just kind of a little unnerved by grandma looking, and she's like, okay, steal myself, let's do this again. I love this little like stick figure like drawing here. It looks really adorable. It kind of helps enunciate that adorableness.
I like that too.
And then again, I've noticed one thing that's really interesting in all these panels is that Grandma and Kibe are like on the sides, and then Kazuya and Chizuru are in the center of the images. That's the thing I kind of want to point out, is that this whole kiss thing with Chizuru, it doesn't quite resolve everything, but imagine it like a new road that they're paving. And this is the start of it. It's the start of like honesty. It's the start of like really saying what they want to say, being honest with each other and being fully open. So I think what Reiji is going to be doing in the next few chapters is kind of establishing where their relationship is now. And then of course we'll have a little bit of conversations possibly between Chizuru and Mami. Or something along those lines, because it's clear Mami isn't completely out of the picture, even though she's completely lost. She's not out of the picture. Just to point out, I don't think people understand how much fucking whiplash Kazuya has gone through in this arc. So we get into this arc and pretty much his entire world is falling apart because pretty much everyone who could possibly know about the lies is here. And Kazuya almost has a mental, like an emotional breakdown about it in the train. And then during the entire arc, he's getting thrown left and right trying to confess to Chizuru and nothing is fucking working. And it's all just failing him constantly because of Chizuru's choices. And then inevitably he thinks he gets rejected. Then his family finds out and he gets put on the spot and he has to take the blame all on himself so Chizuru doesn't get hurt. And then Chizuru kisses him only for him to be like, wait, so she didn't reject me? What just fucking happened? So do you see like what he's going through? Like Kazuya just went through insane fucking whiplash. Kazuya is probably processing just as much as everyone else right now because it's a very important thing here is that while Chizuru did this, while it's important for the arc and sets a precedent for what's to come, the discussion they need to have is extremely important because Chizuru gave up a lot here, and Kazuya knows she gave up a lot, but what does it mean? And he needs to talk to her and like have a proper conversation and really clear that up so they can get into a relationship properly, because there is too many stray pieces to really kind of know. Like I know it seems like it's very clear and they should just get together right away now, but not quite. They need to have a solid conversation and clear some stuff up, and a conversation between Grandma Negami and Chizuru very much plays into that whole idea that they need to sit down, they need to clear some stuff up, and I think this is very important for that in
plus,
the coming chapters.
They need to have a proper confession with each other at this point.
I think Kazuya is gonna do the confession next. Like Chizuru opened up and did her confession. Now it's Kazuya's confession, but she needs to clear stuff up because most of the stuff that's a misunderstanding is on her ballpark. I'm also curious if there's gonna be a conversation with Ruka and Chizuru.
Yeah, I feel like most of the talking has to be Kazuya with everyone else, but there's a few characters that Chizuru needs to like have one-to-ones with too. But I hope that now that we have cleared that door, that barrier, that we can get even more cute, adorable kissing.
For sure. I think it'll come, but it's gonna need a few minutes. Also, everybody gives Kazuya shit for the bulges, but come on, dude. He's a young adult. It's so common.
I can speak from experience. So that it happens. That's completely involuntary. Some guys are just...
Yeah, you don't have control over that shit. It just fucking happens, dude. Like, you gotta get used to it first. Yeah, but like the thing is like Chizuru, like in the first time, Chizuru covered up with her finger and like put up her phone, so you can't see their faces. And that kind of ties into like this whole idea of vulnerability that Chizuru is afraid to do. But in this, like it's like no, she's putting herself out there. I think that's the important thing to point out. Chizuru's very afraid of vulnerability, and imagine doing this in the middle of public, half naked, in front of all the people that you love and in front of your rivals, quote unquote.
Not even half naked at this point. It's like 80% naked.
I hope you guys enjoy this video. I've been Fate. He's been Hero. If you guys enjoyed the content, please subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to keep up with our uploads, and go check out my Twitter. If you want to check out Hero's Twitter, I'll link it too, and then I'll also link his Twitch. And remember, let's mosey.